Good morning, YouTube. It is currently 8:38 AM of 2020. That's right, not 2014, as you might be, understandably confused by seeing Bujin support in front of you. Yes, that is right. So from the brand new set, Lightning Overdrive, coming out in the OCG in the next few weeks, I believe, and coming in the TCG middle of next year, we have new Bujin support. But not only that, there's also Traptrix support as well, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go through the Bujin support first, because me personally, I think the Bujin support looks and actually effect-wise is pretty amazing. It allows the deck to do what it struggled to do because of its type of age, and that was to kind of really consistently pump out rank 4s on its first turn. So we start off with two brand new Bujin monsters themselves. So shout out to Yugioh organization for this information. And the first one is Bujin Matatoshi. And it is a light beast warrior effect. Level 4, 0 attack, 1800 defense. Only use each of this card's first and second effect once per turn. You can send one other Bujin card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. During the main phase, you can activate one of these effects, send one Bujin monster from your hand to the graveyard, add one Bujin monster with a different name from your graveyard to the hand, or banish one Bujin monster from your graveyard, send one Bujin monster with a different name from your deck to the graveyard. So it's a nice Foolish Burial, and like a warrior returning to life in a kind of sense like that. But this next one is amazing. Like, I love it. I believe, because of the earth in the background, this is like Bujin with that Celestial that came in the World Championship mat a few years ago. So Bujin Typhoon is a beast warrior effect, level 4, 1500 attack, 500 defense. Only use each of this card's first and second effect once per turn. You can tribute this card, special summon 2 Bujin monsters with different types from your deck in defense position except himself. Now the dog is that excited, he clearly agrees. So when you XYZ summon a Bujin monster while this card is in the graveyard, you can equip this card from your graveyard to that monster. Banish any monster destroyed by battle with the equipped monster. So what he does is straight away instigates a rank 4 Bujin play for you. Now obviously they are of different types. Which shouldn't be that much of an issue. You should then be able to couple off with other cards to get you the rank 4 that you want. And then because you XYZ summon a Bujin monster, this card will then attach itself, which is beautiful because then it gives it a third material. So it means the additional effects are always going to be a little bit more live. Keep in mind that the Bujin XYZs you've got, so you've got Amaterasu, Kagatushi, Sasano of course is the main one, and then you've got Tsukiyomi. So Tsukiyomi is going to give you the draw, and that's 2 level 4 light monsters. You've then got Susano, which is 2 level 4 Bujin monsters, and then of course you've got the Kagasuchi, which is 2 level 4 beast warrior type. So you might not be able to make Kagasuchi, but you'll be able to make Susano and Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi will of course give you the draw, and Susano is obviously your boss monster from the extra deck. Then moving down, our next one and our final Bujin for now is Bujin Intersection. I kind of like this. So it's a continuous spell. So Beast Warrior Bujin monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects except during the battle phase. Once per turn, you can send one Bujin monster from your hand or face up from the field to the graveyard. Then target one face up card your opponent controls. Negate its effects until the end of this turn. Then of course during the end phase you can send this face up card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard, then target one Bujin monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So again, that's kind of nice recurrence, revival, and the whole 9 yards. My only issue with Bujins right now is in the past they were kind of like Kaiser Coliseum, so stick on one monster and kind of go from there. And then secondly as well, they were all relying on stuff like Herald and Crane to give them the boost during the damage step. Whereas now, very few decks are going to survive that long on the board, and very few decks, or very few monsters that you know operate with the Herald and operate with the Crane kind of effect, are going to be left to stay on the board. So they're probably just going to get killed outright. So that'll be interesting to kind of see how they do develop that. And then of course we've got new Traptrix support, so Bortle will be really happy with this one. So we've got a new main deck monster and link monster. So the main deck monster is Traptrix Gina, nice and easy. Level 4 Earth, plant effect monster, attack 1400, defense 1400. Only use this card's first and third effect once per turn, and you can only use one of them. So the first one is you can send one set trap you control to the graveyard to special on this card from hand. It's unaffected by the effects of whole normal trap cards. If you control no cards in your spell and trap card zone, you can banish this card from the graveyard, target one whole normal trap card in your graveyard, and send it on your field. It would have been nice if that was a quick effect. That would have been kind of cool. But yeah, the first effect is just send the trap to summon this. So it basically makes it easier to pump out the Link Tube and the rank 4s. But you should be able to do that with Sarah anyway. And then on top of that, Sarah, or you shouldn't, very rarely should you brick in Traptrix. You shouldn't get all 5 traps. But if you do, you now have 4 traps in this card. You have a way of getting it out without using a normal song. Then, of course, we've got Traptrix Yugioh, or Claria, and it is a Link to Earth Plant Link effect monster. So it's attack 1800, link markers are right and bottom. It's 2 insect and or plant monsters, so it is slightly generic in that sense. But you can only use each of this card's second and third effect once per turn. This Link Summon card is unaffected by trap effects, fine. When you activate a whole normal trap card resolves, you can set it face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. During your end phase, you can target one Traptrix monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position. Now, none of the effects are really generic to be used and abused, but what I think would have been nice is what it says: when you activated a whole normal trap card resolves, you can set it face down instead of sending it to graveyard. It would be cool to see if that was like, and it can be activated that turn. Like, that would be really cool, because then it will make you want to make this, because to me, I'm just going to want to make Sarah. I mean, maybe what you would do is Sarah brings out another monster, or you get another monster to the board, and then you link something into this, and then during the end phase, you target. No, that's come back in defense. See, if it didn't have to come back in defense, then I could think the logical use for this card would literally be you do Sarah, you resolve Sarah's effect during your turn, then you link Sarah and the monster you've just made into this card, and then in the end phase, this card brings back Sarah, which then means you can trigger during the next turn. And then what this will allow you to do is this will allow you to recycle your trap cards. Sarah will then allow you to set your trap cards and get your monster as well, so it gives you the best of both, but it doesn't seem that way. Still very cool. I think the Bujins are, the 2 Bujin effect monsters are really cool. I think they're not amazing, not breaking the game, but they're kind of nice little additions to the deck. Anyway, another try and short, sweet, simple video to go over the brand new cards we received. If you are a fan of the old formats, or of course, if you are a fan of watching these old decks get new support, then please smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe so you do not miss out on any more future Yu-Gi-Oh content from the Zephyr Wargames channel. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as absolutely always, stay safe and happy dueling.